to the Locker. Season 5, episode 37. I'm your man, A. White, along with my man, V. Styles. Well,
what's going on, man?
What? Things are changing. I'm just saying, man.
Things have changed.
Things are changing. Things are changing around here.
For the better, for the worse.
Remember, huh?
For the better, for the worse.
Well, we're gonna continue that throughout the show. So, I told you I was gonna get married this year.
No, Anthony.
We did. We talked about it on the show earlier this year.
Yeah.
So you don't listen to me.
But don't tell me on the show.
I don't listen to you either.
Don't tell me on the show though. Don't hit me with the big news on the show though.
Oh.
You could have texted me something, dude. My life is changing.
That was no. I'm telling you, don't worry about that. I'm back on the market. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm back on the market. I ain't getting married. Oh, that is out of the window. I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. No. Anyhow, so that is true. All them were true statements. But I don't know who the lucky guy is, Lake Dog. If you know who the lucky guy is, let me know. No, don't let me know because I don't care. But the reason it is things are changing around here. UK women's basketball is balling. UK boys basketball is balling. Mark Stoops has reinvigorated himself. And I'm backing. I ain't gonna say I'm backing. I'm into gambling.
Oh no. You ain't hitting the parlays, are you? And don't tell me you hitting the parlays.
No, I ain't. No, sir. Okay. I put big money on a long shot. That's all I do. Like all people say, they put $5 or $10 here. No, I ain't gonna say big money. For me, I put like 50 or 100 on something that might pay me $3,000-$4,000. Like it'd be the longest of shots. And that's what I do. Dang. Appreciate y'all for joining. Hit that thumbs up. There's a lot of y'all joining. Hit that thumbs up when y'all come here. Because I'm trying to keep up with the comments and they just started going up. So what's going on with you? The way we normally start the show, what's going on with you, Van Hales?
Man, same old. We are heading to the playoffs. We're heading to the playoffs in high school football. So
who's looking for friends with benefits? Or she's asking who's. Hey, if anybody looking for friends with benefits, Ann Anderson is your person. She's over here advocating for herself. And because she's the first lady of the Locker, we will allow her to do that.
Facts. That is a fact.
Get kicked off here for soliciting.
So for me, it's do or die now. We got a bye week this week. Oh, Anthony. Anthony.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you. Last week, we played a game.
Who played the game?
The team I coach with. We played a game. How many points do you think we scored in? It was like 85 seconds.
85 seconds? Who does that? Was that a minute? A minute
20 seconds. About a little less. It was about 80 seconds. A minute 20 seconds.
And the fact that you asked it that way is typically you should only score one.
Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
Just one?
That's in a minute?
Okay. And in under 80 seconds, we scored 23 points. Dude, that's gotta be That's gotta be a record. I don't know how you figured out, Anthony. Here, look, and we only had 2 offensive plays.
Wow.
We ran 2 offensive plays.
Wow.
So look, so they kicked it off, and we housed the kickoff. We kicked it off. We recovered the ball in the end zone. So 13 seconds without the clock. We kicked it off again. Their returner fair caught on the 1-yard line. Next play, we safety, so that's 16. So they kicked it off again. And in 2 plays, we housed it. So 23 points in under 80 seconds.
That's Louisiana football. We don't need no more Josephs.
No.
We don't need no more y'all down here. We don't need that. No, sir.
That is one of the unfortunate situations that you play. You know, you have some teams that are just not there. But dude, I have never, ever been in a situation where, dude, it was crazy. So that's what's going on with me.
You've been in a similar situation though. Jacquez did take 2 of them back to back on y'all down there.
Yeah, but that was in the middle of the game though. That wasn't to start the game. I mean, to start the game, dude.
So you know what kind of ass whoop y'all in for? Y'all didn't watch film. Y'all don't watch film. And this is going to be an ongoing thing because Cal and Mark Pope are 2 different people. Coming in with Cal game plan, it was the Van Hals type. Van Hals, Mike Archer. Hey, he does this. We need this. Cal comes in. Yeah, we're not going to run zone. So my point is, you're telling me that you didn't know y'all was going to be able to do that too? That means you didn't watch film?
Anthony,
where I'm at.
Dude, Anthony. Yes. We had a feeling that in our state, once you get up 42 points, you run the clock. So our goal was to get to 42 so we can get up out of there. It was a road game. But Anthony, you can't prepare for a kickoff and for them to not cover the ball on the 1-yard line. You can't prepare for that. Now, I guess we kind of prepared because our boys knew what to do was to get on the ball, put it in the end zone, but you can't prepare for the score. And then the next time, dude think he's in the NFL and he fair catches it, think he can get on the 20. He fair caught on the 1-yard line. Right? But those are things you just can't. Those are tough ones. So yeah, that was hard. That was you know what's worse, Anthony? It is hard to coach against that because the team we played is from the area that I was raised in, close to the area I was raised in.
Right.
And to have that situation at that school right now that had a decent tradition in the past, it was hard. It was hard to stay on the sideline and be like, damn, it's that bad now.
I don't disagree with that. What the hell? Coach Brooks. When you say Coach Brooks, you know what's crazy. You know, hold on. You know what the verbiage
I know what you think about.
You know what the verbiage is around sports now is when you say, "Oh, Coach Brooks," you talking about a former coach before Coach Stoops,
right?
Then you got Mark. When you talk about Mark Pope, Mark Stoops.
Good point.
This shit's crazy.
You're right.
I did want to get. No, I didn't do it on Sunday. Craig Yeasty, Coach of the Year. I think I did give a shout out on here last week. But I was going to something that was said. Hold on, let me see if this. Nope. Looking at that hat don't bring up nothing that was said. There was something that was said on here that I wanted to bring up. All right, we'll just keep moving. UK basketball looked well yesterday. I put a little bit of money on them.
Okay.
I did it wrong, man. I didn't want to just go for the straight. It wasn't enough money for me. I ain't want to go for the straight.
The money line?
No, I did money line.
Okay.
But then I was like, I ain't like that. But I didn't want to go straight for the win. I knew they was gonna win. What I did was I put a gang of money on. Win at the half, win both halves. Win at the half, win at the end. Win both.
Okay.
So obviously they won at the end. They didn't win at half. So I fell asleep when they didn't win at the half. And then I went on to I needed Klay Thompson to do 28 points.
Ooh.
And take the first shot. That's all he had to do.
Okay. He took the first shot.
28 points, hit the first shot because he was playing against his old team.
Uh-huh. That ain't bad, brother. That ain't bad.
Not Anwar. Van Hise will send you your benefits package or bring it to you personally.
Now, Ann already know that I have issues with HR already. It's already been documented, my issues with HR. So I'm not doing jack for Ann with HR. HR doesn't like me, and I give HR the middle finger. So
you gonna disrespect Ann like that?
So if I'm still on this broadcast next week, I feel pretty good about
what's that?
There you go. See?
No, he's just joking. Hopefully, I think he's just joking. Hold on. We'll talk. Go ahead.
So, you know how it is. I ain't still got paid. We in season 5. And I ain't got paid for season 2 yet.
Yeah, he's saying something about not being paid in 5 seasons.
Yeah, 4 seasons.
4? Okay, he's down already 4. Well, can you call him at least?
No, number change.
He says number change. Well, if we have to replace him, I don't know what you gonna do.
Yeah, you gotta do what y'all gotta do.
Okay. Shut his mic. Okay.
All right. We're live.
Okay. All right, I'll talk to him. I'll try and talk to him. I'll try and talk to him since he's an architect. So, all right, thank you. Yeah, man. Let me get back to the situation at hand. Get back to the situation at hand. UK basketball. Hey, if they fire you, man, just call me, man.
Okay.
I heard they laid a bunch of people off too.
Appreciate it.
They didn't lay a bunch of people off. UK basketball, like I said, the guys went through adversity. It was kind of interesting to me in the first half that North Carolina they were more fluid than us. Like the body was there. They was getting to the bucket more. They were finding their positions on the floor more. Considering that everything was supposed to go through
flag.
Mm-hmm. So when flag and what was the other? Hold on, let me get my
Knipple.
Knipple, yeah, Knipple. Like Knipple could find their spots. Like they both could find their spots. So it was really tough to figure out. But early off, like they were in tune. So that's why my whole thing was, man, I thought my money was good because I thought Mark Pope. I was thinking Mark when I said Stu, but Mark Pope was gonna come through. But Mark Pope came through as I thought he would because I knew he was gonna win the game. But I thought he would push back in the half. But most good coaches don't show everything in the first half. They get to the locker room and straighten things out because the first half, I think Duke did have our numbers. We're not accustomed to that as UK fans of seeing. I had somebody text me saying, a timeout? What are we doing as a timeout? Because there's no need for you to use the timeout if you're not going to put nothing on the drawing board. Because, especially at Kentucky, that camera come down on you, the big eye in the sky, come down on you, and you get an opportunity to show people what you can. Van How, you know what else they show you? What they can. What they cannot do.
What's that?
I said they get an opportunity to show you what they can and what they cannot do.
Right.
When you put that big camera on people.
Right. Look, when I watched the game, maybe about the first time out of the second half, I had a revelation. And
I didn't say UNC. I thought I said Duke. Did I say UNC?
I thought you might have. You might have.
I thought I said Duke.
So this is what I thought. Is that Duke team reminded me of the Cal teams that we used to have prior to this year.
Yeah.
And what happened is, if you listen to the Shires, his timeout conversations and the way they played in the second half, it reminded me of a young team that is not quite ready for the big time. In a situation where the game is 2 possessions, 3 possessions, then got a little tight. You playing guys 30, 32 plus minutes, and it got to them. It just harkens me back to some of the big games Cal played with them young bucks years in the past.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting for me though, is that what's gonna happen when I'm just asking a question because I like everything. There's not too much that I didn't like basketball schematic wise from our team, and that's been since game 1.
Yeah.
My question is this: what happens when we play a team in conference that is as athletic as Duke, with some more experience and a little more depth? Because as you said in the first half, we couldn't get into what we wanted to get into easily in the first half. So what if you get a team that can consistently do that to you the entire 40 minutes? I'm going to say this, I'm going to hand it back to you, Anthony. Men's basketball need to fucking get out of this damn 2-half shit. This shit is old. It's like, when are they going to say, okay, y'all, NIL, paying players, we might as well get close to the NBA and get this down to the quarters? Because this shit is, in my opinion, gets stupid. Okay, that was my last statement.
Well, I understand. I'm not big on the half thing. You about as big on big thing going on here in Kentucky. Let me ask you this, so we can build an uproar. Everybody in Kentucky is mad that we don't have high school basketball shot clocks. Do y'all have them there in the Bayou?
No.
And is this something to worry about?
You know what's weird, Anthony? They have needed a shot clock, and I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been a team who held the ball, and I've been a team who got held on. And it's not basketball, in my opinion. And right. I hear the stuff, get out the damn zone. Why don't you play man-to-man? And it's kind of weird now when I heard myself say that, is that people get mad at Cal for not playing zone, but that's kind of weird, right? So get out the damn zone, play a man-to-man. So why don't I, as a coach, am able to beat your schematic scheme with some time to prepare for it? I'm gonna say this is my thought on it. I don't think you would ever get a shot clock during regular season in high school basketball, because then that requires every high school in America to have the ability to have a shot clock. Is that possible? Sure, because now they have these mobile units where you can put on the floor. I've seen it in AAU tournaments all the time when I was coaching that. So it is possible, but now you're asking a school to not only be able to furnish it, but also have a guy who's on a clock that's running it correctly. That's probably more the issue. They have another guy who's going to run it properly. My thing is this, though. Once it gets into playoffs in high school basketball, the shot clock needs to be brought out. And if you want to bring it out during the regular season, if two teams agree to it because they want to start practicing for the playoffs, I ain't got no problem with it. But I don't think you can force every high school in some of these areas that really ain't got the funding anyway to make them furnish it. I don't think that's going to happen. It would be nice if they could, but I don't think that's feasible.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. And people always act like Kentucky is a basketball state. And I think they catch a whole lot of, the state catches a whole lot of flack because Kentucky is the most winningest program in college basketball history. But how many of those players are from Kentucky? This year, we got a few. Last year, we had a huge one.
Yeah.
But so it kind of comes back to that whole deal. I played against a team with some guys who played in the NBA. Now played in college. I think one of them two played in the NBA. And they get up by 4 points. You stand at the top of the key like this. And I always guard the point guard. No matter what position I played, I always guard the point guard because I was taller and quick. So I always guard the point guard. But it's, I don't know. That's a little different.
And here, it's tough, man, because I don't know what it looked like in other states, but I'm sure it's similar. Is that first of all,
they got the money.
We are having problems finding officials, just in general, just period. I mean, in football, they force every team to play 2 Thursday night games so they can have enough official for Friday nights.
Dang.
So we have to play, every team has to play 2 Thursday night games. So now you're going to ask them the house to bring in an extra official for every, and I don't know, last 10 years, they forced basketball to have 3 officials now for varsity high school. So now you're going to need a 4th. Unless you can somehow rig something up where one of the guys on the court has control over the shot clock, which I'm sure you can. Right. You can make that happen. But that's another responsibility for a ref who's already getting called out of his or her name in the game for missing calls. So now you got to add another one. Who's controlling the clock? None. You know, it can become, well, then you start losing even more refs. I don't know, man. But something needs to be done. I don't know. We all see the need for it, but the answers are difficult to make it happen.
And that ain't what we're here for, but we have talked about it and we got it out of the way. So we did talk about the Kentucky victory over Duke. And that was, somebody said, I said UNC. I can't see me doing that. I ain't going to put myself above that, though. 77-72 in Atlanta. State Farm. Was it State Farm?
Yeah.
Who produced it? Who
was
State Farm Arena, Atlanta. We can do that, man. We can get on to UK football-ish because
No. We can't. I'm sorry. We got to talk about these women. And I'm going to say this, y'all, and then you can go to
I'm damn sure ready to talk about them women.
Look, look, man.
Oh, you talking about women's basketball.
Women's basketball.
Well, say that. Don't just say women.
Sorry. I'm sorry, women's basketball. It is nice for us to find a coach that is not only able to reinvigorate, I guess, the program, because I'm gonna say, y'all, when I was at Kentucky, women's basketball was not good. And we had some years recently, can't think of the lady's name that came to Tennessee, then Coach Matthews, and then we had a little lull. It is nice to see a coach who
Mickey DeMoss, hold on.
Mickey DeMoss.
You ain't gonna disrespect. Hold on. You don't disrespect the lady. I can't remember. Mickey DeMoss. To go back to what you were saying.
I could always go to the concussion.
Hey, me and Mickey DeMoss had a warm embrace and a shooter together.
Did you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That says it all. One of my favorites.
So to have this guy, to me, it is no shade to Elsie, because I don't think she was put in a great position to win, in my opinion. Getting that late call up, trying to scramble. I don't think he ever got her footing solid, because she was always trying to make up for lost time. Yeah. But to have a guy that is this is when I knew of I thought I knew of his character, is when he leaves Vatech and his girls wants to come with him. His star player wants to come with him. No question about it. Wherever you going, coach, we going. So for that shows me his connection to not only the program he's at, but his connection to the players. And the most important thing in today's society with sports is your relationship with players. If you don't have a good relationship with players, you ain't going to win. So to have him do that, and now for him to be able to recruit and bring players in with a new historic Memorial Coliseum, with Craig Skinner also occupying that same building, bringing good vibes before the basketball season. I'm so hyped about women's sports at Kentucky. And then let's not talk about track. And we got some time for that. I'm so hyped about.
How you know we got time for that?
No, not now.
We got time before we get into it.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna talk about track now. But I'm just saying, the women's sports at Kentucky is making me feel good, because I do have a young lad who's a freshman in high school, that ladette that makes me feel good about that, man. The things that they are supplying for women's sports, man, is really pumping me up.
Oh, I know you were gonna finish there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we good. We good. Ain't nothing going on about that. The lady they got today ranked the 15th in the ESPN top.
Dude, Anthony, here, I want people to understand this. We also have Obi's from Penn, I think. She had a leg injury. I don't know what it is. I know it's a lower leg injury. She was a legit. So we missing two guards. But when you can get 6'5", 6'7", then you just recruit a 6'2" wing. Come on, man. When have we ever had that at Kentucky that could legitimately come here and ball out?
When have you ever had Coach Brooks? When have you had Kenny Brooks here?
Facts.
Well,
no. You told me to don't disrespect Coach DeMoss. Now you are disrespecting her now.
I'm definitely not disrespecting. When is the first time you ever had a number 1 overall first pick in college football?
We just had one in the 90s.
How many have you had?
One. Is Coach the only one? Or was there someone in the 50s?
Number 1 pick overall?
I'm just asking.
No, we didn't have like 3 or 4 top 5 picks.
Okay.
Number 1, come on, dude. Like
I said the 50s. I don't know. I wasn't keeping up with the 50s.
It don't matter. Number 1.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
And ain't you the one who break down how many winning seasons we've had and how many 4-win seasons we've had?
I only go back to 1993. I don't go back prior to 93. That ain't no reason for me to.
I tell people that all the time.
I'll go back to prior to 93.
One thing I asked about the boys' basketball and the girls' basketball is Strack is doing her thing.
Sure.
Them big girls, I was wondering how they was gonna fare. Silva, she had 4 points. Lawrence, Deja Lawrence is the one. Deja Lawrence is the one that she's like, hey, they starting to come together just like the boys team. The people we watch in the preseason that can just fill it up is fine. Now the problem is we move the ball so well. We got so many shooters. You can't guard everybody. So that swing, they get in the block and they start working. And you want to bring that double in, we kick it out. Boom. Okay, that ain't there. Van, whoo, swing it one more time. Man, don't let me F around and get that cross corner. Whoo, where ain't nobody.
Dude, here, the other thing about this is what I like about the team. And no, I don't know how it's gonna go when the season starts because LSU has a couple big girls. Ole Miss is just extremely athletic. South Carolina. The advantage that I like about Strack is she can pull you away from the basket at 6'5". So who you gonna put on her? Who you gonna guard her with on the opponent? She might have problem guarding a big, like LSU has a Caribbean girl, Rosario, I think. She's a big beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Rosario's gonna have to either come up on Silva or come out on Strack. It's an advantage both ways. That's what I like. We have two athletic bigs that are gonna. You said something. I must bring out another name, Anthony. That's gonna confuse you. We got another key. We have Marks. We have Brooks. Now we got Key. A key player for the women's team is going to be Key from UNC. What can she give us this year as another big? Because dude, we got 3 bigs. I mean, 3 legitimate
assists. Tiana had 2 assists.
Dude, we got 6'4", 6'5", 6'7". When have we ever had that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't been up. I watched through Mickey them.
Okay.
And then I did watch a little through Brooks. I don't know if we was that tall.
No,
but
we ain't never been that tall. Ever.
This is a mulligan year for me. I'm saying things don't look good and he's gonna implement some things. My thing is George Amore is the one that I'm gonna hurt to miss.
Yes.
Like somebody get you in the sets, man. See what's popping off. All right. And one people think, we said this was we was doing it. Well, damn, we've been doing the Dallas. Were we doing this show when what's his name couldn't get the ball up the court for boys basketball?
Who? Oh, ask you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that was gut wrenching.
Yeah. No, we're here.
So that's why I like Georgia Amore. Like, man, she can get them up. People get their position on the blocks. Whoop. So,
and she still hasn't hit her stride yet for us.
No, she ain't even. She done said it's so easy. Like, here, we'll find out this weekend. Saturday though, we got them Cardinals. Yeah. We'll find this weekend.
There you go.
We'll find out this weekend.
Yeah, she still haven't put her stamp on the game in any game yet.
Never had this size in ladies. Aaron Corgell said Georgia.
No, dude, not 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", ever.
Okay, I can't tell how tall they look. I only stood next to several of them.
When in the 90s, you must be talking about before I got here. When I was here, we had that. We did have a couple tall girls, but not 6'5", 6'7".
Maybe you're talking about the 2090s.
Oh. And there's nothing. You know what this team, Anthony, if you really think about it, was that 96 with Epps and Walter McCarthy.
Yeah.
You got Georgia Amore is Anthony Epps.
Okay.
And then we got 3 athletic bigs. Walt, Twan, we ain't got a Ron Mercer, I guess. But this team kind of is on that level.
Yeah.
With not how they're gonna play, with just the configuration of the squad. They got a heady guard with some athletic bigs. It's gonna be interesting, man. I'll say this: we are not beating LSU. Well, we're not beating South Carolina prior to LSU. I don't know if we play them. Ole Miss is gonna be a tough one because they just dogs. They coming at you the whole game. But everybody else, I feel that's Texas, maybe. Texas is pretty good too.
These are Van House thoughts and Van House thoughts all alone, just so everybody understands that before we go any further. What'd you say? Jay Barnes. Jay Barnes only what 6'3", 6'4"? Jay Barnes was back.
Yeah, she won 6'7".
Yeah, she finesse. I ain't gonna say she finesse, but man, how tall was Cynthia Fowles? 6'5", 6'6".
That's a good question. Sylvia was 6.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
6'5", and that's what I'm saying. I don't see our 6'7" going against that stout 6'7".
No, we have a different kind of 6'7", maybe. But dude, she's a freshman though. Like, I don't know how old she is, but she's a freshman. Give her a strength and conditioning program because it seems like she's not thin like Strat.
Right,
she's just young.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think she can fill out as a more dominating post player, maybe year 2, year 3, but I don't think they thought that they were going to start her this year. I don't think she was in the plans to be a starter.
Understandable. Absolutely understandable. Yeah, we're getting a whole lot of drag on this one basketball kind of because I don't think you get this nowhere else. But I also do want to let you know that all week long in Lexington, Kentucky, they talking about if Stoops gonna leave, is he gonna walk out the door? They're gonna buy him out. I know we talked about that several weeks on this show, but I don't even think we named the start. We ain't even named the starter yet in football. And I really don't care. I'm about done with UK football. I ain't done with UK football as if I don't believe in them or if I'm not a supporter. But man, like it is what it is.
Here's my thing. This is the way I look at it. Is either you start Brock if he's healthy. Because I'm gonna look, this is the way I feel about I'm gonna finish that thought, then I'll continue. Either you start Brock if he's healthy, or you start Cutter. I want people to understand this though, is that you still have seniors, you have guys who have committed themselves to this program for 3+ years, sometimes 5 or 6. You got to play the balancing act of understanding their hard work and input and then transitioning to the next year. Do we know that Cutter Bowl is ready? I don't know. I'm not at practice.
Seems like he's ready.
So if he's not ready, you can't play him. You can't start him. It's kind of disrespectful to the other guys, in my opinion. If he's ready, then you play him. If Brock is ready, you play him. You give him more opportunities to get himself ready for the end of the year. Are we going to win 6 games? I would say probably not. But you still got to play these 3 games out. So if Brock is healthy, you play him. You start him. This ain't next year. You got spring football and fall camp for next year. You start them, still get them acclimated to the system, all that's crap. You just can't start Gavin. I think if you start Gavin after what you did in the Auburn game, if you do that again, you lose everybody.
I agree with you. As much as I hate to agree with you, I definitely agree with you. I do feel like I think, and I've asked you this 2 weeks in a row. I got bullshit answers all the time, like you typically do. I do think all I want to know as a fan, what happened this year, because everybody's talking about our offensive coordinator turnover. What I do want to know at the end of this season is Bush Hamdan going to return? Is Brock Vandagriff going to return? Because if they both return, we got a hell of an issue. Things you just said. Because we've played a whole season. We've only won 3 effing games. So, wait a minute. Yeah. Got to do my math. Yeah. So, my point is, if you do not get Brock out, I'm not saying get Brock out. I'm saying if Brock is the future, or Brock has something to give us, and Cutter's still cutting his teeth and learning behind Brock's fine. But if Bush Camden does not have his whole playbook at his disposal, you can't have both. We got to implement that. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a TRF session. The last 15 minutes of the show. Van, look at your clock. We got 15 minutes left. So 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes show is TRF. You got your TRFs, and I got my TRF. TRFs. Brock Vandagriff and Bush Hamdan both cannot return, or will not return.
In my opinion, it all depends on if Stoops comes back. If Stoops is back, then they both return.
Man, what did you get this whole if Stoops comes back?
But that's I'm playing the cards because no one knows exactly. We know we highly expect him to come back, but it's not 100%. It's 99%. Okay, y'all. I want Anthony. This is the shit that pissed me off. All right. How can I say this? I'm looking at 2021 season, Anthony. And we act like, in my opinion, that offensive year was just amazing. Right? Mm-hmm. If you ask anybody, 2021 was a glorious year.
Right.
I'm just going to give you the SEC passing totals in that season. Passing yards. First SEC game, 179 yards. Second SEC game, 102 yards. Third, 87 yards. Fourth, 145. Fifth, 192. Sixth, 150. Seventh, 387. Eighth, 177. And that's it. Is that just blazing you?
It increased every time.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, asshole.
That's what
but like the perception is weird. And I know I can talk to you about it because we both stated that year and a year later, did we catch lightning in a bottle?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That year, dude, was a crazy year that everybody, and there's no slight on Liam Cohen because we both stated he's a damn good play caller. We also act like that was the revolution of Kentucky offense. That was not damn air raid.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't
even close, Anthony. you end up with less than 3,000 yards passing. We still haven't had a 3,000-yard passer in the Stoops era.
Wow. Damn.
With an extra game.
Wow.
With an extra game. We still haven't had a 3,000-yard passer, I think, since Heartline.
Have we had a whole lot of them
be close?
No, we haven't had we ain't had a whole lot of them be healthy throughout the season either, though. But a lot of them, like, there's been a lot of them that has had a Make sure.
This is my thing. Is the whole perception. It's the perception. It's the perception. And I don't know where you want to go with this, Anthony. The Wendell also just hit a nerve on me again with that. I'm gonna let you steer where you want to steer because I go on.
Nah, go ahead, man. Cause I ain't. Man, hey, hold on. You do understand the last few shows I stopped wearing Kentucky gear. People about my gear. Hey, you know what I do? I wear the gear to people that pay me.
I feel you.
And I ain't saying the NFL pay me.
I feel you.
But UK ain't never paid me.
I feel you.
So I ain't gonna say the NFL didn't pay me either. But go ahead.
This is what I want people to understand. Wendell started with this conservative football. The first coaches that Stoops hired were not conservative offensive coordinators. Neil Brown is not a conservative offensive coordinator. Is he Josh Heupel? We all want to go to the extreme. We want to go to the extreme of the offense. He's not Josh Heupel. Shannon Dawson right now is putting up the most points in college football at Miami. Period. 40-plus points a game. Almost 50, 47-ish, 46-ish. Shannon Dawson is not a conservative play caller. Mark Stoops brought in Eddie Graham, who was putting up points at Cincinnati before he got here. I want people to understand this, and this is the hardest thing to accept, is that you can only play with the people that are on your roster. Now, that's a point where you can blame coaches. Like, you're not recruiting electric players. But why would an electric player come to Kentucky when they're going to bypass so many other institutions? So Eddie Graham started out with Drew Barker, and they was passing the ball around, and all of a sudden Drew Barker got hurt. They had to change their identity on the fly. I've said this many times. It's easier for us at that time to recruit a certain style to benefit us. I don't think that was in Mark Stoops' plan. Because if that was, he wouldn't have hired the guys he hired. He wouldn't have played the first two games of, what year was that? 2015? Steven Johnson, 2016. He wouldn't have started off that year like he did. And this is, for me, the problem with Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops inadvertently created an identity and kept with the identity until he felt like we stalled or we got stale. Stay with your fucking identity.
You don't create identity, man. Did you wake up one day and say, "My name is Van Hiles"? Now V Styles might be an identity, but you always Van Hiles, motherfucker. All right, you use all the cuss words.
So, in whatever that 2015, what's Steven Johnson's year, man? It was 2015? Whatever. Steven Johnson came, and we had to adapt.
Right.
And we adapt to that. We adapt to what the kind of players that we could recruit here. People just think, just carte blanche, we can get whoever we want. If he's a 5-star, why would he not pick Kentucky? Why not us? Come on, man. You are trying to create something that is nearly impossible. Now, this is what you can do. But then, Anthony, is it sustainable? Can you hit in a transfer portal every year?
You don't live there. I don't know. I was not planning this transfer portal.
That's what. Well, you can't. You can't hit every year.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. Like people, and this is what kills me when, for example, all fans are looking at Indiana. Like Indiana can do it. Why can't we do it? Well, we fucking did it. We did it. We did it 2021. Like Indiana's doing what we did. It's kind of interesting that people forget what happened. Like, well, why is who's the other team? I can't remember. Colorado can do it. Colorado dude has a individual that is a lightning rod, and that individual says something, Anthony, that I'm like, dude, it's so on point. Prime said, why would I recruit or give 25 scholarships to freshmen in this climate when only 5 of them are going to probably play? And then in the fall, probably half of those, the rest of them, going to probably go in the transfer portal because they ain't getting time.
Yeah.
So why would I waste my time recruiting 25 freshmen?
That's about to change anyways.
Well,
it changed this year. Signing date and all that shit's going away this year.
Right. So my thing is this. The big programs are going to always be the big programs because that's a tradition, resources, all that stuff. Everybody else is going to be, can you hit in the portal? Ole Miss hitting the portal. Ole Miss hitting in the portal.
We beat? You talking about the we beat? You talking about the Ole Miss Rebels that we beat? Oh, man. Talk to me about something else. Go ahead. No, continue. You can tell me about a team that we beat. And you telling about us rebuilding. Nah, man, go ahead and tell me about. Go tell me about something else. No, but we beat them. All right, go ahead. It is what it is. Oh, we didn't beat them. You over? Oh, we didn't beat them. At their crib.
Yeah, you ain't never lying. Yeah, you right.
I'm here for the conversation.
The problem is, here's the deal. I'm gonna go back to what I said weeks ago. We laughed at Dabo Swinney for his approach.
I don't laugh at Dabo Swinney. I don't like him.
Right, whatever. What do you want to say? I have to commend him for sticking to what his identity is. What is Clemson going to win? Probably another 10 games this year? That sucks. How dare a program sucks as much to consistently win 10 games? Oh, they're playing the ACC. Well, sure.
It's Ohio State. Big Ten. That's exactly what I was going to say earlier before you kept on talking and wouldn't let me talk. When you talk about anybody, Indiana can be successful in the Big Ten. You only got to play one team.
Well, there are some people that are.
Go ahead.
There are some people bitching about some of our teams because Texas hasn't played anybody either, apparently. So I'm there with you. The SEC is still the best conference, but yeah, Indiana skated by. They did. Oh, here's the funny part, Anthony. What is Georgia's record? Georgia's lost 2 games?
I believe so.
Georgia is. If someone has to answer this to me, Georgia, if they only lost 2, Georgia lost 2 games. Georgia lost to Ole Miss on the road and Alabama on the road. How the hell are they not in the top 12? Make that make sense to me.
Your logic is a little different than everybody's.
They only lost 2 games, and their 2 games are to 2 teams that are in the 12.
And I'm telling you this because you like, man, I don't even like to call you out because, man, I don't want you not to come in the show one day and not F around with us. Last year,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, this year? Okay, this year, Georgia beat Clemson 34-3.
Yep. First game of the year.
Yep. Georgia beat Clemson. I mean, Clemson beat App State. Clemson beat NC State. Clemson beat Stanford. Clemson beat Florida State. Clemson beat Wake Forest. Clemson beat Virginia. Are anything surprising you? No, it's not. I know it ain't. Clemson lost to Louisville. So you're saying Clemson gonna have a 10-win season? I just told you anytime they play somebody, hey, Van House, whenever they play somebody with a number behind their name, you know what happened? I'm not a rocket scientist. I ain't gonna Rice with your son. I ain't gonna go down there. I'll check on it if you want me to check on it. Every time somebody had a number behind their name.
Well, Louisville didn't have numbers.
Hold on. Man, let me talk. This ain't my show. It's our show, but I do like to host a little bit.
You are the host.
But I like to hear what you got to say too. But you over here bull jobbing. Here's the thing, Van House. So Clemson lost. Only 2 losses came to 2 teams with numbers. Tell me how many teams Kentucky played with numbers behind their names.
Damn, all of them almost. It's that same damn jersey you've seen all your life. You don't have to look at the damn jerseys. It ain't changed.
I need it dusted. It does need some dusting off back there, man. That's all I'm trying to tell you, man. Sheesh. Man, damn, we didn't conclude the show. We might have to start paying because we've already concluded.
Try to tell you. I told you what we should do a year ago. You're the one that
they follow you. They follow you for all their stuff, and you want to make them pay. They follow me because I don't know. People follow me because they want me to follow them back. People follow me. I follow back. They stop following me. I'm like, look, I don't have nothing. So if you just want to follow when the locker comes on, why am I following you?
Fair.
I'm not on no bigot stuff, but I'm not interested in other takes. I'm interested in Van's takes, Jack Pilgrim's. Not even so much because I agree with him, because I don't agree with you a whole lot. I don't agree with Jack. But I like to, see so when we interact. But you got fans coming to me telling me I'm stupid for believing. And then you know what? We're going to conclude it with this, Van. I don't have a fan who getting mad at me saying I thought we was going to win 8, 9, 10 games this year because our defense is going to be so cold. I have no problem with you fans out there. I have no problem. I'm not saying fans of us. I'm talking about UK fans. Fans of us. I have no problem with that. Now, Van House, tell me, you went 4-7 your last year?
Yeah.
Were you 4-7? You, Van House, were you 4-7 worthy? Was your defense 4-7 worthy?
No.
So you should sit there. So I'm telling them, I know what product we putting out there. Okay, it didn't work out. Oh, well, until you had to do more than you felt like you could do. I ain't trying to hear what you had to say. Oh, well, he should have better playing through injury. I'm tired. Let me stay in one play. Just like you pulled out 2 bowl games or 2 years ago, 2 bowl games ago. No DBs in the game. So I'm saying if we in the game and we in 3rd and 3 in the inside and at the 20, Tim Couch, no, I'm gonna check down to A White. I so happen to get hurt on that 3rd and 3. And the back decides to stay in and block. No, A White, no. Okay, I'm gonna hit you. Hold on, let me get open because we need 3 yards. Yeasty might be open over there, but I see all that. So whole point is
Yeah, no, you ain't.
This
You
team ain't
ain't.
as bad as it look. I'm not mad at y'all for being mad or disappointed. I'm definitely not, but this team ain't as bad as it look. It ain't.
No,
Now, the quarterback.
no.
Now I will throw shade on the quarterback position. I get the chance to do that this year because I've been wrong the past couple years. Leary ain't as bad as they said, and I thought Levis was going to be terrible, and Levis is the one who got out, but he turns out in the NFL not to be what we thought he was. So continue, Van Hiles.
I'm gonna say this, Anthony. One thing I do on Saturdays is watch a lot of football. I've said it here many times. It is easy to blame the O-line for issues. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not even saying they're good. But if you watch, there's two teams I watch the most out of anybody, and that's University of Miami and University of Colorado. Their O-line suck too. Their O-line is a problem for both teams. But you know what can make O-lines look good, Anthony? Anthony, was your O-line high school good? Don't answer. I bet you they were not as good as what you made them look. No. Just off rip. Your O-line.
I just told you got that from me because I told you when they got to turn around and help pick you up off the sack, they were the one who caused the sack.
Look, your O-line wasn't as good as what you made them. My O-line with the running back I had was not as good as what we made them look. Two dudes can make a average O-line look really good.
Yeah.
We haven't had a dude since Wan'Dale. Wan'Dale made that O-line look good, look elite.
Nah, hold on.
This 2021 O-line.
2021 O-line. Hold on. I'm gonna let you continue, but I can't let you finish there. I'm gonna say this. The only reason I'm gonna say this, Van, I'm gonna let you continue, and you got to clear this up with me and the followers.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason I got to give you pause on that is Wan'Dale was running 20 to 30-yard routes. You don't get that far down the field. Now he's getting clean releases. I give you that. He ain't fighting at the line where he's still in play. If he gets off clean, when the quarterback see him get off clean, he's still in play. But I ain't gonna say all. Most of Wan'Dale's stuff was 15, 20-yard routes or 20-yard routes and further down. So the offensive line had to give you at least that. We ain't been having that most of Stoops' career. So
you're right.
Continue.
That O-line were road graders.
Yeah.
They could run block their ass off, which made the play action fake allows you to get over routes on Wan'Dale. But that O-line still wasn't elite. See, now I'm gonna throw. I hate doing this, Anthony, because when people do this, my initial reaction is, all right. Y'all want to box now? All right. Anthony, it is something to put guys in the NFL, right? That is a great accomplishment. We're at the point now where the next step for us to put guys in the NFL that's contributing as starters on teams. How many NFL players do we have right now that's a starter, that's a difference maker? Josh Allen?
They still trying to trade Darius Smith around.
That was my next. So Darius Smith.
Oh, we got a bunch of them, Drew. There's a bunch of them playing. Come on, don't sell it short.
Well, no. I didn't know. No. He said O-line.
Oh, okay.
Right? How many are those quote unquote studs that are starting in the NFL? The one that we didn't think would be the stud is the one that started probably the most. Is Luke Fortner. And he's not starting now. Luke Fortner started his rookie year.
It's really only probably 64 positions available. unless at the center. So you talk about 64 players out of all of American college. Go ahead.
And I can't believe you are the excuse guy. No, he's not starting for them anymore.
I ain't no excuse guy. Definitely not excuse guy.
I'm just saying, like for that to have such a big blue wall unit, you haven't had a consistent starter from that unit on the next level.
Because you gotta be able to work with the people next to you. Hold on. All right, I know this is far-fetched. I'm gonna say this just because I had a few drinks and my marriage proposal is off. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you this, and this is kind of on the same lines.
Okay.
Tim Couch is the greatest quarterback I played with. And I played with Tom Brady, played with Mark Bolger, I played with Rich Gannon, I played with Todd Husak, I played with Tim Hasselbeck. I played with Tim Hasselbeck, huh?
Kurt Warner?
Oh, yeah, Court Warner.
You leave it out the one.
Dusty Bonner. Tim Couch is the only one who had an opportunity in the NFL. Craig Yeast had a small opportunity, nobody else. So I'm telling you, Tim Couch was him. So when you say the offensive line ain't this and the offensive line ain't that, I'm telling you, you're not really giving a whole lot of opportunity for the offensive line to how many offensive linemen, you look around a lot of times, there's a lot of offensive linemen who go in the Hall of Fame that are SEC offensive linemen. Now you gotta I kind of knew if you're in the Big Ten, and in the Big Ten, you probably just mushing. All you doing is mushing. You ain't got no lateral. Hey, no disrespect, Orlando Pace. Hey, dude, my one of the homies. But I'm saying, and what's the dude that played at Georgia that do all the commentating now? Play with us, me and you. Offensive lineman. Played at Georgia. Stitch. Yeah, Stitch. Yeah. Like he was in the Raiders with me as well. So yeah. So I'm saying, my point is, I understand what you're saying, but you also gotta fit into a scheme in the NFL and
no. I'm no doubt.
And maybe that's why the offensive line coaches ain't working here when you create them NFL schemes and our players don't fit in NFL schemes.
You were saying that's why it's no shade, but I'm just like giving some pause to some of the things that are being pushed around. Because then you say, so which one comes first? Y'all know how I feel. Mo Williams is the best running back for me in UK history. I didn't see Sonny Collins play.
Sonny did most. So yeah, so because he didn't see Sonny, I ride with him. Sonny did most for me.
Okay. So I with you saying Sonny, I have no problem because he put up some numbers and I didn't see him play. But I'm gonna tell you this. If Mo Williams played in 2018, 2017, 2016, his numbers would be astronomical. If Mo played in 2021, what did C-Rod play? Whatever, 2018, if he played in those, Mo numbers would be astronomical. That's all I'm saying is that, yes, which came first? Did C-Rod and Benny make that O-line look better than what they were? I don't know.
Only problem you got with your last statement too, though, man, is y'all gave Mo plenty of opportunities. So y'all made sure the ball got back to the offense.
We had nobody else.
This team, I ain't got no.
Benny got his work. Come on now.
I ain't got no. I say Sonny, Mo, Benny.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem. And you know the crazy thing is all different eras. That's what's funny as hell. And people may not agree, but I believe most people probably would agree with me. Or it might be flipped around Benny, Mo, Sonny, because they haven't seen him. Because you know how people act like Jordan is questionable. To me, Jordan ain't questionable. But there are a lot of youngsters who just thinks he's a shoe guy. Like he's like Steve Madden and them. Like, you just a shoe guy. You ain't. So
yeah, I just want people to understand that the reason why we got to this is that I watch football weekly.
Yeah.
There are a lot of teams with bad O-lines that are really good teams. That are elite teams with really bad O-lines. So sometimes we always got to find a fault. And there's no doubt our O-line is leaking. No doubt about it. Right. But we also have situations where the O-line, the damn first play against Tennessee, they blocked their ass off. We gave that whole first drive, the O-line balled out.
Yeah.
It's not always on them. Just because you didn't get a yard, man, with this, because I can go on forever. I show multiple plays every year. Showed a play with Ray Davis 2 years ago, or last year. I showed a play with DSK this year. We had 3rd and 4th and short. The fucking hole is right in front of them, and they bounce it out. Is that the O-line fault? Oh, O-line must not have blocked well, because how could we not convert on 4th and... No, it's not always their fault. The same way it's not always their fault when there's a sack. Quarterback holds the ball too long, doesn't step up in the pocket. He is responsible for the free blitzer. He doesn't identify. There's a lot of things that go into the equation. The O-line still isn't great. They still are not I don't want to say they're bad, but they're not very good. But there are other teams that are succeeding with bad O-lines that are just as bad as ours. We don't have the playmakers either at quarterback or on the perimeter to make a difference.
We're gonna conclude the show with that. It must be nice to always find an excuse for when things don't go right. Boy, sheesh, that's a hell of a that's a hell of a that's a hell of a leash to have, whatever it is you got.
Hey, what's my locker?
I just heard you blame it on everybody.
What's my locker number?
But the rain.
What's my locker code? What's my locker code? I don't remember it. Do you remember it?
Turn around, man. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about
it. I was trying to.
Everything you said to HR, this might be your last show. Everything you said then, once they report back to me, man, let me we're gonna clear these out and we out of here, y'all. I'm gonna keep man, we doing some things, man. Bush is in his bag. I think Bush is just inept and his personnel. So I think Bush is trying to do. He ain't Eddie Grant, but he's doing some things, man. He's doing some things. We got no intermediate pass game in a minute. I'm trying to tell you. We ain't an intermediate pass game in a minute. And I'm going to say this section 206 before we get up out of here. You got to go way back. Like our intermediate pass game was nice. Like I'm not even sure Andre Woodson them had a cold intermediate pass game. Like Kevin Coleman worked in the middle. We had a lot of people working in the James Whalen. we had people working in the middle. I'm saying I don't think there's ever been a thing of ours, and I'm not saying that it can't happen, but no, you got to go way back. And half of the intermediate game works with getting the tight ends involved, which we ain't been doing. Van House pointed out last week, and it's not intermediate, but getting the backs involved in the flats and just getting it out of your hands and not take. You should never have to take a loss when you got Demi Kumo Demi and them. Wilcox can catch the ball. Jason can catch the ball. Like you you should not have to take sacks. Like, just get the ball out of your hands. That's what Van was saying last week when we were breaking down stuff like. And that goes back to what I've said all along, and people don't give it a lot of credit until it's creditable, which I don't speak unless I feel it's credible. But if you get me 3 yards, I'm looking at 2nd and 7.
Yep.
That's just the 3 yards you get me.
Yep.
But you give me my 3 yards, you can fall forward for another yard.
Yep.
So I'm looking at, so that's why I'm saying, if you ain't got none there, don't take no sack. Now, if you think you got a fade route or you think you got a receiver open, go ahead and take a risk. But if that ain't no 100% guarantee, what Van pointed out last week, the backs we got can get you open so we can at least get 5, look at 2nd and something manageable. 2nd and 5, we can run it on 2nd, we can run it on 3rd, and we can run it on 4th.
Facts.
We can even pass on 2nd and still be able to run it on 3rd.
Facts.
It's just football 101, man.
I'm gonna add something to it, then I'm done. This is what y'all also have to understand. Is Anthony played, Couch played in shotgun, Bonner played in shotgun. They all played in shotgun. I want people, as a guy who played quarterback, right, your drop has to match the routes.
1, 2, 3.
If I'm in shotgun, 1, 2, 3, I got to get the ball out of my hands. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got to get the ball out of my hands. That's intermediate routes. Here's the problem. When you under center and you run play action fake, the intermediate game is a little thrown off because it doesn't marry the drop of the quarterback. So that's why you have to push the ball down the field, as Anthony said with Wan'Dale, is because we was running wide zone-ish fakes, which is a slower developing run game with the fake, which allows the receiver to get deeper down the field. So sometimes the system is in a situation where it doesn't marry intermediate games. Now, when we go on shotgun, that's my issue. We go on shotgun with no down play action fake. You should be able to run whatever the hell you want to run all day, every day.
Indeed, folks, that is Van House. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Come back next week. Let me see. I got nothing going on next week. I ain't got nothing going on next week. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow. I don't get involved in political battles, but I do know I work in the school system, and this kid's coming there with political views, bestowing them on other kids. Like, at a very young age, I'm talking about like 13, 14, 15, not 17, 18. Hey, man, we're not on this political stuff. I ain't never been on the political bandwagon. If you got the opportunity, stop it. Us as adults, I don't care what happens, man. I got to do what we got to do. But like, subscribe, share, follow. Lead your kids in the right direction. Non-violence. That's what we're going to do. We'll be back next week for Van House and Anthony White. That is it.